And we're back. What's going on? My name is Jose Mang, and representing my favorite company in the entire world, Dean Guitars, at the NAMM in Anaheim, California. Here for my third year in a row. Very honored to be working with this company that I've adored since I was playing the guitar, man. And I'm here with the CEO and the guy who puts it all together every year, and a friend of mine, and an awesome, talented musician. And just
keep going. Keep going.
A fashionable dude who wears cool clothes, a master of the 4-string, and a master of creating such an awesome environment with your company, Elliott. Dean Guitars is so well run. Everybody seems so happy. When I was at your warehouse and in Tampa for the DOA last February, I hope to be back again. Everybody was just, you can feel the atmosphere. And it starts from the top. And I want to welcome to the top, Elliott from Dean. What's up, brother?
Jose, thanks so much, man. We had a great time last night. It's great to have you here every year. I mean, you're the energy we need to keep this thing going. Keep it together. You got it all.
Well, dude, you know, I do it for you guys, man. I even got in trouble. Man, I've got a bunch of Dean stories where I've hurt myself physically. I hit my head with a Dean headstock.
The headstock's a weapon, man. That's not just something to tune.
The Razorback, yeah, man. That Razorback nailed me on the back of the head. I was doing a Pantera song with Phil Demmel from Machine Head at Dime Bash in Hollywood about a year and a half ago, and I think I had a concussion, sort of. I was dizzy for a couple days, and then the other day I was hosting the Zakk Wylde roast. I was the MC. And it was an awesome event. Epiphone put it together. But I was on stage and I shouted out Dean Guitars, and I talked to my whole table. I was like, and my friends at Dean Guitars, yeah! And now I promoted the NAMM Jam,
right.
And then I got scolded when I came off the backstage. I was like, oh shit.
Well, that's okay, because Zakk has some Dean guitars and he loves them too, so I'm sure he didn't mind.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Zakk. No, it wasn't Zakk that yelled at me. They were like, don't do that. I was like, they're my friends. So Elliott, man, great time last night. NAMM Jam,
Amazing.
Testament, Jackyl, Wayne Static, Vinnie Moore, friends and family. How was your experience, Elliott?
Well, I think next time I'm going to get a bigger insurance policy on Jackyl. Man, those guys are dangerous. Did you see what was going on there?
They're nuts. They're nuts.
I mean, that chainsaw, I saw them warming it up in the back, but it was those guys are entertainers. They sounded great. They played great. They're great guys. I mean, everyone's great. Vinnie, Wayne Static was great, and Testament really surprised me. I was on the stage the whole time for the show, and it was just so great to watch them so close up, and how many people were there, how many stars came out to see them, because they're a machine. They've been together so long, and they sound like they've been on the road a long, long time, in a good way.
Yeah, of course, man. Testament. I know everybody's just really happy to be part of the Dean Guitars family. Eric Peterson, you know, with his guitars, he loves his company, and I know they were all very excited to perform for Dean. So we're here at NAMM. We're talking about, you know, instruments and what we got with the company, and I know we're celebrating 35 years of a beautiful company, Dean Guitars. Tell us about the new direction that the company's going in this year, Elliott.
Well, Jose, I think that what we're doing now, we're getting a lot of calls for like some of our vintage instruments that are reminiscent of Chicago in the very early days. We have a 35th anniversary guitar, 2 guitars we put out, a V and an ML, that are replicas of the original guitars from Chicago. And by close of Friday, they're all sold out. All 300 instruments sold at the show. So the limited runs we're doing are very high quality. They have all the original features of the original guitars, like DiMarzio pickups and brass tail pieces and things. And these limited runs are doing great. We just came out with the first time an 8-string ML, which would be a good guitar for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. Is it here, right?
Yeah, I'm going to show it to you as soon as we're done. And 7-string, we came out with a bunch of 7s and 8s and different string configurations and different scale lengths. It's just exciting. The response to the guitars has been great. And, you know, it's just, but the show is amazing every year. It just keeps getting better and better thanks to you being here.
Oh, man, stop it, man. You know I represent this company year-round. It's not just...
Not one day, is it?
It's
or
not this weekend, no.
I know, 365, isn't
always, it? Always, always. So we're standing behind some basses here, and I know you're a vicious bass player who's got some mad skills on that instrument that I also am a big fan of, and I love playing the bass. Tell us about some of the new basses.
Well, I mean, you know, you can see some of the basses behind you if we can walk back that way, like the John Entwistle bass, this black bass over here. We came out last year with the Spider bass, and we made 24 pieces or 25 pieces of a USA bass. They sold out instantly. So a lot of guys said, that's just not my price point. I don't have a $4,000 budget. So we came out with some that are $799. We came out with some at $699. And I think the 2 behind you, these Black Veil Brides basses have gotten the most attention, because Black Veil Brides is just blowing up. I mean, they're just huge band. If you go onto YouTube, you can see the number of hits they have. But you know, this white Spire with the black print on them has been really popular. And also, Ashley plays this caddy bass with you know, the red and the black, and so we decided, he played both, we decided to come out with 2 signature guitars, and I'm glad we did, because both of them are demanding a lot of respect.
Yeah, they have a big fan base, and I'm sure a lot of the young bass players that are just starting out want to have his bass.
Well, you know, we believe in having artists that are all ages. You know, of course, we have the people who are the inspirations, the true inspirations, like the Uli John Ross and the Michael Schenker and the Leslie West and Dave Mustaine's. But you know, the young kids coming up are really what a lot of people are following, and we want to make sure that the company continues and lives on by getting all generations playing our instruments.
Nice, man. I love whenever I see somebody at any concert that I go to playing a Dean bass or a guitar, I always will go up and say something to that musician, and nice guitar, or I'll yell it to them, or something. I always make it known. I love to see the V headstock. I love, it's such a sexy design.
You see it from a mile away,
Yeah.
can't you? That V headstock. I mean, plus, like I said, it's a weapon if all else fails.
Yeah, I know, it hurts, man, when it hits the back of your head. The Razorback one, the Razorback. Well, they're the rounded ones too. I mean, that can still hurt you good, but when you get to those real points, man.
But you know, one thing too I wanted to add is that people still think that Dean is just a metal company, and we're working very hard to dismiss that. You know, we feel we rule in metal guitars as much or more than anyone, but we make so many other things. I mean, some of the guitars like the Rusty Coolies and the Leslie West, the more conventional shapes, and acoustic guitars and resonators and all sorts of instruments. So we want people to understand that we're for all genres of music. We're not just for metal, although we think, you know, metal is where we shine. So I just wanted to state that.
Yeah, well, cool, Elliott. I'm excited to be here with you again. And so we got some autograph signings that are happening.
I mean, the biggest problem every year is determining who we have to leave home. I mean, there's so many artists, and you can only get 15 to 20 people at the booth because the booth is just packed morning to night. So sometimes some people are, you know, a little upset that they can't participate, but we'll get them next year.
Nice, man. And this is always the centerpiece of NAMM, the Dean Guitars booth, the Dean Girls. Everybody talks about it. Everybody wants to hang out. Everybody wants to go to the NAMM Jam. It's pretty cool.
Whether they play Deans or not, they're here.
Exactly, yeah.
It must be the Jaeger machine.
That maybe, and our hot Dean Girls, or just because I think, I'm telling you again, we started off the piece, it comes from the top, and what you've done with everybody underneath is just set up a really cool, comfortable work environment, and people love working for you and have nothing but good things to say, and I have nothing but good things to say. So
Appreciate it. Well, also for the artists, we want the artists to feel part of the company. It's not about giving them a guitar and saying sayonara, we'll see you another time. It's about constant communication, talking to them every month, letting them know we care, taking care of tweaks and repairs and, you know, special needs that they have if they fly in, they break an instrument or whatever, we're there for them. And they know that, and we're their friends, you know, first and foremost. I think that's real important.
very important, man. Well, Elliott, enjoy the rest of your day. Try to keep the voice, and I'll try to keep mine too, man.
Great, man. Thanks again. I'll see you next year.
Well, I'm not leaving yet.
Oh, yeah, one more day. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I'll see you in February too, I hope, man, for DOA.
That's another story. I'm out on tour with Schenker in February.
Oh, that's right. I did hear you weren't
going
going
to tour an extra week, which happens to be on that week of DOA. So for the first time in like 10 years, I'm going to miss it.
Oh.
And that means I really need you there to carry on.
I will be there, and I'll be the Mexican Elliott.
You're better looking.
No, brother, no, man. It's all nothing but love, Elliott. Thanks, man. Enjoy. No problem, Elliott, man. Elliott, Dean Guitars. Wow, this is. I'm not even kidding you, man. I talked to a lot of people behind the scenes here, and I'm serious. Like, everybody says the same thing about that dude, man. And after all these years, this is my third year doing this, but after all these years of like hanging with this dude and just feeling the love that he gives, man, you know, it's genuine, man. It's very sincere, very genuine. So cool. We're doing it live. Enough emotional talk.